You didn't say the magic word.
So I just saw the Uncharted movie and I really enjoyed myself while watching it. I think the chemistry between Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland was phenomenal. Their jokes were all pretty funny. I can see why they were chosen to lead this franchise. But by far, the best part of the movie was the set pieces. I mean, they just had these ginormous set pieces that were so amazing and so big action sequences could take place on them, like the whole fight scene on the back of the airplane or the fights on top of flying pirate ships. I mean, that is just awesome. There were, however, some technical things that I noticed that I kind of bugged me while I was watching. Like, there was a scene that was a little out of focus. There was another scene that was like fuzzy, and I'm like, come on, Sony, you're this big production company and you can't have a shot that looks like this in your movie. Also, the score in the movie was just kind of meh. Like, you want a score that's really awesome, that's going to transcend the movie and make someone think of your movie as soon as they hear it, like a John Williams score with Indiana Jones, Star Wars, or Jurassic Park. Once you hear that song, you instantly know what movie it's from. Some people even listen to just the song because they're just that great. And I don't see an excuse as to not get a good composer right now, because there's a lot of good composers right now, like Hans Zimmer or Michael Giacchino. I mean, yeah, maybe they're going to cost a lot, but I feel like it's worth it if you're trying to turn this into a franchise, which I know Sony is trying to do. I mean, you want Uncharted to have its own theme, just like Indiana Jones and Star Wars have their own themes. So they should have invested in a better composer, in my opinion. The action in this movie was really cool. I really like how they incorporated parkour into it. I thought that was really neat, and it took it into a completely different direction from what I was expecting. Although I would say is that in the future, I kind of want to see more explosions, and I definitely want to see more gunfights. I mean, Nathan Drake has guns after all. He uses a lot of guns in the game, and they barely used guns in this movie. I don't know if they were trying to stray away from like a lot of killing, but I feel like Nathan Drake has to use more guns. Finally, I want to say that the Indiana Jones franchise is my favorite movie franchise of all time. And the reason I love it so much is there's just this magical quality to it that I can't just describe in words. I don't know how to put it quite in words, but there's something to that in those, at least the first three films, that just make it this amazing and wonderful adventure and ride. Every time I watch it, it just gives me this great feeling. And I feel like Uncharted was starting to grasp onto that idea of that magical quality. They were almost there. They weren't quite the same level as Indiana Jones. They were almost there. They definitely had something that like differentiates them from, you know, your usual 21st century heist world trotting movie like Netflix's Red Notice. Uncharted was definitely had a little bit more of the magic than Red Notice did, but it wasn't quite on Indiana Jones level yet, and that's okay. I feel like maybe throughout the franchise it can get there, but right now it's not quite there. And so I'm going to rate Uncharted a 4 out of 5 toilet paper rolls. If you really like the games, I think you should go see it. It was a great and fun ride. And thank you all for watching.